All right, so let's talk a little bit about pricing and billing, because this is actually a really important component of the system, I think. This is Craig Theriac, our Director of Product Management.
Thanks, Phil. So I know there were a number of questions about this, and some of it was already covered. I mean, at a high level, really what Phil wanted me to talk about wasn't necessarily let's get into the the exact dollars and cents of how much it's going to cost for our customer. It was more around the approach to how we're bringing this to our customers, and I think it really speaks to the approach of how we're bringing the product out. And what that means is that there's no time in there where a customer is going to go out, and have to put their credit card information in Google. They're going to deal directly with us. These are going to be sold alongside our physical devices that we sell through the channel. We're 100% channel driven today, and we're going to continue that. This is something that the channels, the resellers that I've been speaking to about this service ahead of time are excited to start selling to their customers. There's a certain level, I think, of fear of resellers out there of what's going to happen when the cloud eats us all. And this kind of puts their mind at ease because it gives them that renewal over time. So the way these are going to be sold is a subscription based. This is you kind of think of it as a cell phone bill, right? So you sign up for an annual plan, you're going to have a monthly subscription. What's nice about the way we have set this up, there are really just a couple of different options. There's the full DR as a service that Phil's been talking about, where you've got the switch from passive to active, and you've got kind of an always-on option. In either case, they're really predictable. There's not a lot of, there's enough included in there where you don't necessarily have to worry about, well, what if I have that massive spike this month? Especially for this use case around DR as a service. As I said, the use case itself is predictable, which then in turn means that the bill at the end of the month is going to be predictable. So included with the DR as a service is, one thing I actually don't have on here, even in that passive mode, I think there were a couple questions about, can I fail over a specific application? Even in that passive mode, there's enough RAM compute where if you wanted to just test to make sure that that instance is out there, it's working, or you wanted to use that to go out and restore a specific file, you could spin up that VM without having to make that call to support. So everything that Phil just demoed, you could do on your own on an individual application with no issue. When you're calling support and making that declaration, that is when you're switching from a passive mode DR instance to an active mode. And we've included 12 days worth of active mode service in along with the subscription. So that means that without actually having to pay extra, it's just already included in there. We expect, at the beginning of the service, we're going to set up a run book for our customers. That run book is actually, James, your question earlier about the existing DR as a service, that's something that we've had around for a while now, where we actually go into great detail about here are the exact procedures that need to happen in the case of a disaster. And what we do at this run book, at the very beginning of the service is we're going to test it. We're going to kind of put that run book to the test, make sure it works, make sure the networking works, make sure that you as a user are comfortable with the process that's going to happen whenever we're actually failing over from your primary site to the Google Cloud instance. So again, that's included in the price and also a separate declaration. So kind of think about it as twice a year you should be able to test this and make sure everything's okay. Beyond that, if you want to test beyond that, you can. There's just additional fees specific to that one piece. It includes 1 terabyte of egress, so don't necessarily have to worry about the data you're sending back. That should be enough to cover kind of bringing that data back down from the cloud if you ever have to fail over and replicate that data back down. And then, of course, our Scale Care support team that's working out of Indianapolis, Indiana, is there waiting for the call to help support the service and also just any questions around any of it. So that's kind of it on the billing and pricing model, but I'll stop there just in case there are any specific questions.
I've got one. Assume the answer is yes, but is it full follow the sun support?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Where's your support based out of?
Indianapolis, Indiana. That's where our headquarters is. That's actually where Jeff, who presented earlier, that's where he works out of. Okay.
How does the channel partner make the money? Is it a like a finder's fee, or do they get a cut monthly?
No, actually, it is a monthly cut. So okay. Just like if they were selling a physical device, there's a lot of discount that goes to the distributor, a lot of discount that goes to the channel partner. It's kind of the same model. It just happens to be that the frequency is monthly rather than just a one-time shot of selling a physical device.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Craig. And lastly, availability. We are available now for beta testing, and GA scheduled for late this year, end of Q4 2017. So we're today, super exciting day for us. We're really pumped. to announce this as being available today for beta testing and timing that along with Google with their launch of nested virtualization. So